And we are live. Hey, everyone. Welcome back to the most interactive wrestling stream on the interweb. I am your host, Omer, a.k.a. Big Ohm. Why do they call me Big Ohm? Find out later in the stream. We got a lot to get into. I hope everyone's having a wonderful afternoon, a wonderful Friday evening if you're on the East Coast. If you're anywhere else in the world, I hope you're having a wonderful day, night. Anytime it is a perfect time to talk about professional wrestling. And that is what I'm going to be doing with you all for the better part of the next hour or so. We're going to be talking about pro wrestling. We're going to be talking about whatever the hell is on your mind. As you guys know, this is a fan-run show. You guys ask the questions. We kind of weave our way through whatever the mess is. And I have a bit of not an announcement yet. I'm not going to say an announcement yet, but I will have an announcement at some point very soon about some cool stuff that is going to be happening both with this channel. As you know, I have some updates about the channel, but with me personally, something that's going to be happening, and I'm very excited to share that with you guys when the time comes. But we're not going to share that today, or at least that's the plan. But if you want me to, here's the thing. There is a super chat goal. Yes, I am shilling super chats. There's a super chat goal. If for whatever reason I get like 5 super chats today, I will jump the gun and unveil part of the announcement of something big. But we're gonna talk about Marigold for sure. Tony Koran, whatever. Tony, we're gonna talk about Marigold. We're gonna talk about Britt Baker, where she is in AEW and potentially WWE, and so much more. If you're just joining us, be sure to leave a thumbs up. The better you leave your thumb, the better you leave your thumbs up. I'm already fucking up. Anyway, if you leave a thumbs up, more people see the stream. It's a great way to be involved. And I'll have some more shilling to do later. But good to see everyone in the stream. Of course, Wall Street Money making fun of me already. Late again. Yeah, sure. Look, I was trying to get everything ready, including this jersey, all right? Which is a nice jersey. Yes. Much like Jake Hager had his hat, I have this jersey, a wonderful jersey. In fact, I can probably give you guys a little sneak peek, a little spinneroony. But I went to AEW All Out in Toronto. Shout out to Kenny Baum, who came with me. And I bought this AEW All Out jersey. Hold on, there we go. There we go. Okay, I think we're back now. Yeah, I unplugged it by accident. Whoopsies. But, okay. Anyway, so this AEW All Out jersey, I want you guys to know, this is a medium. This is a medium, all right? I was like, they had hockey jerseys. Hockey jerseys are usually big, like not really form-fitting. But I was like, all right, look, I'll get a hockey jersey. It's really cool. It's like one of the best pieces of merch AEW's ever come out with. And it's special for this show. It's Cope and Cage's first time in Toronto teaming up as a tag team. So I'm like, all right, let's do it. And like, it's a cool jersey. Don't get me wrong, it's a cool jersey. But bro, what is this? Look how big this shit is. I'm like, dog, this is like when you're like 10 years old and you get a hand-me-down from an older like sibling. Like, yo, dog, like look at this. Look at this. I feel like this is what Danhausen looks like when he turns into a bat. Like, look at this, bro. This is like, oh, I can't make that joke. But like, come on, bro. like, look at, ridiculous. Utterly ridiculous. Is this like hockey fans? Because I am not one. Hockey fans out there. If you're a hockey fan out there, is this like normal? Is this supposed to be this freaking, this is a medium. And look, I know I'm like not the biggest guy. I know I'm not the tallest guy, but like, what the hell? I'm like, yeah, this is huge. This is huge. Insane. RTW rebranded. Now you're just shilling. Shameful. Look, man. Get your money up, not your funny up. That's what I'm all about. Good question. Where the hell is Britt Baker? AEW was live from Pittsburgh. Did Tony Khan effing fumble? We will talk about that. I have very specific thoughts about this Britt Baker piece. And I think that there's definitely going to be something coming out at some point about this. Did you see MJF Mystico? Holy, they killed it. Yes. In my view, there were potentially 3 match of the year candidates this past weekend. And I will say this, of those 3, at least 2 of them are going to wind up in my top 10 matches of the year list so far. Right now, if you look at Mystico versus MJF, which I thought was professional wrestling magic, like, if you have not seen it, Mystico, MJF, last Friday at the CMLL anniversary show had a battle for the CMLL Light Heavyweight Championship. It was title versus mask. It was a bloodbath. Mystico was bleeding buckets all over the place. If you've not seen it, I'm going to try not to spoil it too much, even though it has been a week. I really think people should go check it out. It's one of the more stellar matches you'll ever see. And for all of the people who give MJF gruff over the fact that he's not consistently on TV or whatever, I want you to take into account this. MJF wrestled like probably one of his best matches in his entire career, and then followed it up with that tables and tacks match just less than 24 hours later, like a whole 2 countries away. Because late night, early in the morning, basically on Saturday morning, he flew to Toronto from Mexico City, and then a couple of hours later, basically, because it was an early show, wrestled it all out. MJF is a beast. MJF is a monster. MJF is probably, pound for pound, overall, the best professional wrestling talent there is in the entire game. Like, I personally do not think that there's anyone with the promo ability, with the in-ring ability, with the presence like MJF right now. Like, all of those things combined, sure, you can say Roman has a bigger presence. Roman's not as good at promo. Roman's definitely not as good in the ring. You can say that Cody has, the presence, but I would say the same deal there. You can say that, someone like Will Ospreay is much better in the ring, but promo-wise, it's not even close. Like, MJF, to me, is, when he says he is a once-in-a-generational talent, I truly believe it. I think he is this generation's Ric Flair for the better. He's literally already a Hall of Famer. You're right, Wall Street Money. We got JM saying MJF sucks. I am interested to hear, I know that this is a take. People have, and it's a genuine take, a good faith take. And I'm interested to hear, why, though. Because, from my perspective, I think MJF, he does exactly what you want from a professional wrestler. JD from New York thinks Hangman and Kyle Fletcher match was pathetic, but everyone praises the match. Okay, look. I do appreciate, everyone being involved in the chat and everything. And I'll answer this because I've already read it, but I will say this. In the future, if you want me to talk about that specific content creator, please leave a super chat. And this is not saying, I'm not trying to shut anyone up. I'm not trying to, you can say it in the chat. I probably just won't read it. I would prefer not to talk about that person, if possible. But, and that's just a personal, I just don't want to give any more attention. But, I will answer this. JD from New York thinks that Hangman versus Kyle Fletcher match was pathetic, but everyone praises the match. Well, I would make your own judgment. I implore everyone to make their own judgment. If you want to take my opinion for it, if you have not seen Kyle Fletcher versus Hangman Page, go watch it. It is genuinely one of the best matches of the year. Kyle Fletcher once again proved why he's up next. But I truly believe this is a special match. And yeah, I thought it was great. I think a lot of other people thought it was great. I would go with what most people are saying, to be honest with you. Because again, there's several different opinions, but it was It was significantly better than almost everything on that other WrestlePalooza show. The 70 Valkyrie Io Sky match, that was insane. That was a really great match. We got Adrian in the chat. What's up, Adrian? JD, these Annie. Okay, all right. You baited me that time. No more. Kenny Baum said that Double or Nothing was AEW's WrestleMania. Oh no, Kenny, you're catching strays. Kenny, you're catching strays in the chat. Yeah. I mean, look, I tried to tell him. I think once he experienced All Out or All In for himself, I remember he literally turned to me and he goes, "Nah, man, I think they found their WrestleMania." I was like, "Yeah, yes, Kenny, they did." Shout out to Kenny Baum, man. Good dude. Hey, Omar, I really do miss Britt Baker, and I'm from Pittsburgh, PA. That's cool, Gerard. Did you, by any chance, have a chance to go to the show? I know, like, I've always wanted to go to a wrestling show in Pittsburgh. I know, like, I'm a Ravens fan, so I freaking hate the Steelers and everything that, they walk on, including Pittsburgh. But I hear the wrestling scene there is really cool. There's a moment in MJF's matches where he does a standing moonsault out of the ring. Pure magic. Absolutely. JM follows up on the MJF comment. He complains a lot. I mean, yeah, but look, you want to be honest. If Twitter was around during the 80s and 90s, Flair would have done that as well. I don't think MJF has done anything outside of like the one incident a couple of years ago with that plane ticket at Double or Nothing 2022. Like, and even that wasn't him saying it. He was like, the only thing that I think he did wrong there was no show a signing for fans who were waiting for him. In my view, like, look, whatever you have at the company, I don't know that situation personally, but from the outside looking in, I was like, you should have showed up for the people who were waiting for you. But, I just don't perceive Max in that way. P.S. Okay, again, guys, I prefer not to talk about that person. If you want me to talk about that person, or if you want to ask a question about that person, please leave a super chat at least, and then I'll do it. There's a moment in MJF's matches where he does a standing moonsault. Oh, I already read this one. Sorry. This is wild. I agree. He criticized everything about AEW All Out, but when someone says good things about it, he blocks them. Did he really? I have no idea what was going on there. We got Byron Cutler. Now that the actual product of WWE is struggling, I think next year the video game has a chance to be a good wrestling game. Well, obviously, I am not a big connoisseur of WWE, the video game, or WWE 2K. A pair of people who I can tell you are some of the best when it comes to talking about the 2K video game, the news of that game, and who I follow personally, and that's how I get all of my 2K updates from, are Kenny Baum and Just Brian, two of the best. Also, happen to be two of my best wrestle friends. Amazing dudes. Go check out their channels, please. They do wonderful content over there, and they can speak to this much better than I can. But I would say I really hope that they get that under control, because I know that there's been an outcry from fans about that for years. I've been trying to get a hold of my friends Nick and Matthew Jackson. They are probably in an Uber pool somewhere, going to an arena. Omar, MJF is amazing. Tony better give him the world and keep him and Tony Storm. I think Tony Storm is locked down to a contract long term. MJF, I'm not sure how long he has on his deal. I would suspect that Tony would give him the world to stay. Regardless, MJF is going to get a massive contract wherever he goes. MJF does a great job at staying in character outside of events. His hype went down a bit when he re-signed, I think, but he's still great. I think that promo this past week on Dynamite, I don't know if you guys have seen it. MJF cut another insane promo. Like, this is all this man does, right? He has great matches. He cuts insane promos, and he just makes you remember that he's probably the best in the world when it comes to pro wrestling. here. You know what, man? Again, I'm gonna do my best not to get copyrighted here, but let's give you all a taste of this. This promo was freaking-tacular by MJF.
I'm so angry right now, but I just do not have the energy to yell anymore. You know, I was once not long ago the biggest star in wrestling. The most talked about name. Didn't matter what show you were watching. My 3 letters were on signs and being chanted out loud around the world. I was the guy. Then Adam Cole came into my life. Broke his ankle. And yeah, this might sound sappy, but he broke my heart. Then I lost my world title. At World's End, I lost my mojo. I lost everything. Went away for a while, rehabbing, then I came back. And don't get me wrong, I'm not an idiot, okay? I have managed to accomplish more than anybody in this sport would dream of during this time frame. But something's missing. I'm not MJF. I'm a caricature. I'm playing MJF. Since I've lost my title, I've made so many mistakes trying to force myself just to snap out of it. And all the while created doubt after doubt after doubt after doubt. You see these tacks all over my body? They aren't tacks. They're doubts. I cannot come back until I look in the mirror and I no longer see a fraud, but I see a man who was once at the top of this profession. Let's face it, folks. Ospreay, Swerve, Hangman. You can yourself all you want, but they were once in my dust. Now I'm in theirs. When I come back, I will no longer be playing MJF. Hell, I won't even be the MJF of old. No. I will not come back until I am the most dangerous I have ever been. I will lap around everyone in this company, everyone in this profession. Doubt? There were times, I'm sure you knew, I bit off more than I could chew, but through it all, when there was doubt, I ate it up. And I spit it out.
That's crazy.
When I come back, I am taking my spot at the top of professional wrestling, and I am going to do it the only way I know how, whether you like it or not.
Yeah, he is winning that world championship. He is winning that world championship. I am not MJF. I'm playing MJF. These are bars, bro. These are freaking bars. WWE would not know what to do with MJF. I mean, I agree, but he would definitely get a big payday from them. 100%. It's crazy, man. He is going to come back. He is going to win that world championship. And I'm very excited to see him do it, man. Because this is what I want. MJF cutting promos. I need, come on, man. Come on. Let's do it. Let's do it. MJF world champ. Then give me Kyle Fletcher. And then the big match with Will Ospreay. We got Michelle in the chat. Omar, I had to listen to Booker T defend WrestlePalooza after ESPN gave it a C grade and said that Brock and Cena match was a classic. Cena versus Brock was... No, it wasn't Euphoria. Look, if Booker T genuinely believes that Brock and Cena was a classic, then more power to him. I am trying my best not to poo-poo people, but look, you have to take it with a grain of salt. Whenever anyone look, if Jerry Lynn was talking about a specific AEW match that he liked, you got to take that with a grain of salt too. I think. Booker T obviously has a podcast. Booker T has an audience that he's trying to capture. I wouldn't put it past him if that's what he's trying to do. But at the same time, I who am I to say what Booker does and doesn't believe? If he believes that was a classic, that's fine. I cannot, with a straight face, say that, though. It was not a classic in my view. It was probably one of the worst things they could have done, because it's not even like they're building towards a rematch with Brock. They're done. Brock's not apparently. Actually, yeah, let's get to this. Brock's probably not showing up, guys, until the Royal Rumble. In case anyone was wondering, doesn't look like Brock is showing up until the Royal Rumble. Here we go. We got an update courtesy of WrestleVotes. Those in the know indicate Brock Lesnar is tentatively booked or tentatively on the books, I should say, for the Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia and WrestleMania 42. Creative will reportedly work under the impression that Lesnar will be a part of these events until notified otherwise. So it looks like for the time being that Brock Lesnar is not going to be around for John Cena's final couple of matches. It looks like John Cena, who I believe only has like 5 dates left, it's the Australia show, it's MSG, it's TD Garden in Boston. There's one other show that Survivor Series in San Diego. And then, of course, his final show in Washington, D.C., presumably at Saturday night's main event. So they brought Brock Lesnar back just to do a big squash match with John Cena and pop interest for this ESPN show. And speaking of which, I know you guys are looking at the title of this video and you're like, wait, what do you mean WWE's pissed at ESPN? Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and people of all genders, ESPN has maintained throughout this entire process that regardless of them being in partnership with WWE for this content, this United States premium live event library and everything, regardless of all of that, their coverage of WWE is going to be the same. Their coverage of WWE is going to be like separate from what they're actually putting out. So they have said that, they have maintained that, and it looks like that is still pretty much on brand. And look, for those of you wondering, ESPN, there was a journalist on there who gave a rating for all of the matches at WrestlePalooza. He also gave a rating for the overall show, and the show averaged about a C. And that was his opinion, and he published it. For those of you guys, again, who are not aware, ESPN, they are in partnership with the NFL. The NFL is about to, I believe, have like a 10% equity stake in ESPN. That has not stopped ESPN from reporting on the NFL. Now, are there interests? Will there be conversations? Because wrestling is a very different sport, or a very different type of content, whereas the NFL is pure sport. Wrestling, of course, is predetermined entertainment. I think we will see how that goes. One thing I can tell you, though, is that there are certain people within WWE who are not happy with the way that things were done, with the way that this show was graded. Because we have now heard from WrestleVotes. Yes, WrestleVotes has reported there were a number of people within WWE surprised and puzzled that ESPN would publish an article grading their first ever WWE PLE a C level. At a C level. Those within were openly wondering why ESPN would want that kind of quote-unquote online stigma after what many considered to a fairly standard event from WWE. And to this I say, okay, that is fair. That is an expected take, I would say, from someone within WWE. But then I would say, was this hyped up as a standard show by WWE? And the answer is no. Was this promoted by WWE to be a simple and B-level pay-per-view? No. They hyped this up as a game-changing moment. A new era. It's what Triple H said, I believe, right? And if that's the case, that's not a standard WWE show. You're expecting something very good. And this show is not very good. In my view, I think the broad consensus is, even from the most die-hard WWE fans, that WrestlePalooza was not a good show overall. There was one fantastic match in the midst of WWE shilling, I should say, for a 5G deflecting gold bar, which is insane to me. In between the squash match to end all squash matches between Brock Lesnar and John Cena, in between a main event between Drew McIntyre and Cody Rhodes for the WWE Championship that probably could have been on Friday Night SmackDown and it wouldn't have been any different. That is not a high-level, hyped-up show in the way that it was promoted by WWE. It was not. And to come back around and say, oh, well, this was a standard WWE pay-per-view. All right. You could see why someone would think you're full of shit for thinking that. But yeah. WWE got no one to blame but themselves, including Hunter. I'm sorry, Paul Levesque. I got that from Bobby Monsoon. I don't know who Bobby Monsoon is, but yeah, Paul Levesque. They thought ESPN would shill for them like Omer's shilling for this stream. Look, well, speaking of shilling for this stream, there's like 40 of you guys watching right now, and I appreciate every single one of you. If you haven't already done so, please leave a thumbs up. It really helps out. It doesn't cost you a penny, and it makes me happy. So please make me happy. Hit that thumbs up if you haven't already. It really, really helps out more than you'll ever know. And I appreciate the hell out of everyone in the stream. You guys know the rule. Ask your questions. We'll get to it. If you want to guarantee your question or statement is read on the air, please leave a super chat. And let's keep on moving. We got Shay in the chat saying, this is why you should not rush into things too fast. Y'all thought that y'all was getting something better with ESPN. Now they're showing you otherwise. Yeah. If you see anyone making fun of AEW sicko like Gideon, you're next. I don't know what this is in reference to. And I'm like super online. That's crazy. What do you think of the AEW women's tag belts? I'll talk about this in a little bit. I think it's a good thing overall, though. And I think, Gerard, we've talked about this on stream. Like we've talked about this, being a thing, like adding more women's belts for sure. Booker T is the biggest stooge in WWE. He just makes himself sound stupid, and you never want to dumb yourself down, even when you work for a company. Hey, yo. Oh, man. If he didn't go to WWE, he would not be on TV. For MJF, that's a fair point. When is he coming back? MJF? I'm not sure. Anyway, guys. Anyway. I think Goldberg should go to AEW. I don't want Goldberg in AEW. I don't want Goldberg in AEW. That man would definitely try to book himself to win. And Goldberg, I'm sorry. That man needs to be putting people over. He's not winning shit, as far as I'm concerned. No. No. What do you mean it was supposed to be an average? Every pay-per-view should be a banger. There's a... I don't know why this reminded me of that, but immediately in my head, my mind went back to 1998 WCW. The Ultimate Warrior had just came into WCW, and he was like doing this storyline with Hogan, and he was, trying to scare Hulk Hogan and all this stuff. And dog, this was so funny. Like at one point, like the story's been like the Ultimate Warrior's doing this gimmick where like the lights turn off, there's fog everywhere, he appears, he reappears, he disappears. There's like a lot of magic-y stuff happening. And I just remember I was like going through watching all the Nitros, and I get to like one of them, and the show opens with Hulk Hogan backstage talking to his NWO like cronies going, "What do you mean he's invisible?" And I'm just like, what? I'm like, what? It's like Hulk Hogan in character is so blown by all this magic that is happening with the Ultimate Warrior. He's like, what do you mean he's invisible? It's just absolutely amazing, man. Absolutely amazing stuff. I personally think that Kairi Sane should go to AEW. She's not going to AEW anytime soon. She's locked down to a contract. But that'd be cool. I think Kairi, though, is doing really good stuff. Like, the most compelling stuff on WWE TV right now is the stuff that is going on with the Kabuki Warriors and that breakup. Like I think that angle they had on Monday Night Raw is, like, really cool. And it made me watch Raw. And I hadn't watched for the past couple of weeks. I didn't criticize everything about AEW All Out. What is this 30th century Homer? I can see a world where Triple H is getting fired or quits because there's so much that someone can take it when it comes to blaming of why the product doesn't turn out good. I don't. There would have to be a direct impact on business for him to get fired. Right now, there is no incentive by TKO to fire him. I heard they're paying NXT talent minimum wage. Yeah, that was from Jasmine Nix, I believe. By the way, guys, as we go through all these, 43 of you watching, and I appreciate all of you. Please, please, please hit that thumbs up. It helps out more than you can know. Let's get that thumbs up, man. Let's get this thumbs up. Oh, there's apologies in the chat. That's really nice. That's really nice. I'm glad we're being nice. I'm being nice today, too. You guys know me. Sometimes I crash out. I try not to. But, I'm at peace. I'm at peace, man. I'm at peace with a lot of things. Like my queen Dua Lipa got married. I had to come to grips with that, and it was very difficult. I'm not gonna lie, it was very difficult for me personally to sit there and watch. Sorry. It was just so hard. Anyway, but I'm here, and I'm moving on. Shout out to Dua Lipa. It should have been me, but it's okay. The horrors persist, and so will I. But I don't even know what I was searching up. Shout out to Dua Lipa, I guess. Oh, man. If Chelsea Green moves to Raw, I would love to see her have a Roderick Strong move by screaming, Adam! She should do that. Someone needs to steal that gimmick. That gimmick was too good. It was great when only Hogan could see Warrior in the mirror. They should have ran with him being Hogan's imaginary friend. Oh, that would have been such good shit. Oh my God, you imagine that? He's like, he's like a foster's home for imaginary warriors. He's like, speak to me, warriors. Will you shut up, man? Oh man. Shay asks, Omar, can you explain to me why WWE is doing better than AEW in the ratings? The reasoning for this is pretty understandable, I think. It is primarily due to the fact that WWE is the bigger company. It has been around for longer. It is more a part of, in the United States, the cultural zeitgeist. When people think about professional wrestling in the U.S. and around the world, honestly, they think about they think about WWE. AEW is a fairly new product. It was very hot to begin with. It has since, I would say, plateaued. And, in that time, WWE has only gotten bigger, and WWE has gotten, it's just gotten to be, it's Disney, right? It is the Disney of professional wrestling. Bigger than everything. It's a content creator. It is a machine. And at the end of the day, when that is the case, there's just going to be more people going to that. WWE's McDonald's, exactly. Geo 24/7 put it perfectly. WWE is McDonald's, and AEW is like Burger King. AEW is like Wendy's. AEW is like whatever other challenger brand you want to put against McDonald's. It is, a lot of people prefer that to McDonald's, but at the end of the day, McDonald's is the bigger chain. It's, just got more of the market. So, I think, that's why I don't really like to compare ratings. I think there were times where, honestly, this year, TNA has been a better, if you want to talk about quality, TNA has been better this year than WWE. Just pound for pound, show for show. Does that mean that TNA is a bigger company? No. But bigger doesn't always mean better, in my view. So yeah. I like what is this? I like Arby's and Chick-fil-A. Look, man, I gotta be totally honest with you. I know I'm not man, I have never had Arby's in my life, and I don't look forward to ever having Arby's in my life. I try not to eat Chick-fil-A because they're insanely homophobic, but man, I just love me that I love me that spicy chicken, man. Yo, huge shout out to Adrian Garcia in the chat. Friend of the show, Adrian Garcia. Adrian, This is amazing. A $20 donation, a $20 super chat for Big O's, KO, Gerard, and all us sickos. All the sickos unite. We love that. We love that, man. Shout out to you, Adrian. Shout out to you, Adrian. Man, so good seeing you at All In, man. I was actually talking to Kenny Baum about that, man. That was like it was a dope interaction, man. I appreciate you so much. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Wall Street Money. Shout out to Tyrese who just showed up. Shay, Gerard, Sarah. Sarah, I will get to your chat in a second. Don't worry. I've not forgotten. I'm keeping tabs of all of you people in my head. But I love all of you. And Adrian, huge thank you for that, man. I appreciate you. What do we got here? WWE should bring back WCW and ECW. Well, they've already brought one back. I'm not sure what nostalgia is left for WCW though at this point, because quite frankly, the value for bringing back WCW is in the talent that used to be there. And you look at like the landscape, right? Like Kevin Nash not wrestling anymore, Sting not wrestling anymore, Goldberg not wrestling anymore. Hulk Hogan and Scott Hall passed away. Like, there's just not much to relive there, and I think they're better off probably just doing another show if they were gonna do that, and just having like be a different name. I admit I do enjoy McDonald's every now and then. Completely agree that bigger doesn't always mean better. Yes, you know what? We're got RTW, Omar Q, Big Ohm certified. Size does not matter. It's not about the size of the company. It's not about the size of the burger. It's about how juicy it is. I don't even know where I fucking came from. I'm just like, I'm riffing, people. Just bring back Starrcade. They already have Starrcade. That's like one of their live event names. Triple H is a shock factor booker. 100%. 100,000%. He is a shock factor booker. If they're like, he books on moments, he books on vibes, he books on aura. He does not book on stories. And that is the best way to put it. That is the best way to put it. Thank you, Wall Street Money. WWE is pissed? Good. Now you know how we feel. That's a good one. Sarah, I saw your chat up here somewhere. I'm going to try to get to it. I just can't find it. Oh my goodness. I think it disappeared on me, Sarah. If it did, I'm sorry. Oh, here we go. I agree that it would be interesting. However, I personally think that AJ Styles should go to AEW. It's funny you mention that. It's funny you mention that, Sarah, because we also have a bit of AJ Styles news that popped up over the weekend. Or over the week, I should say. According to Tokyo Sports, AJ Styles says that he will retire in 2026 and will likely be working with WWE afterwards. Here's what he said. I'll probably be at WrestleMania, but that's not locked in. The details aren't decided yet, but there's no doubt I'll retire sometime next year. I don't want the fans to see me as anyone other than AJ Styles. That's the biggest reason. Before my body stops working, I've decided to retire. I haven't figured it out yet, but most likely I'll be working in WWE. Maybe I'll help develop young talent into main roster stars, but I don't know for sure yet. So this obviously, for those of you who may have been wanting to see AJ in AEW, that is probably not going to happen. I think he is. I think he's very happy in WWE, quite frankly, and he has made a point to say that his career's ending, and AJ is genuinely one of those people that his mentality has always been, I'm only going to do this when I can do this at a high level, and after that, I don't want to be around for much longer. He has seen talent from his time in TNA who stuck around way too long past their time in the ring, and the results kind of spoke for themselves. And I don't think AJ ever wants to be that guy. And you certainly understand someone who takes professional wrestling as seriously as AJ has throughout his entire life. You see why he would believe that and would want that to be his mentality. I personally think that there's some cool stories he could do in AEW, but at the end of the day, you know, he's going to do him. He's always going to do him. Tamar G says, definitely my favorite YouTube channel for wrestling. Keep up the great work, my guy. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. It's because of wonderful people like y'all that I do this, and I have fun doing it, man. I have so much fun doing this. And we will have more fun because there is an announcement coming soon. I can't say when, but I'm not going to Tony Khan this and say I'm going to announce an announcement, but coming soon, man. I wonder if any wrestling companies go out of business. I mean, I don't know. Right now, I don't think there's anyone big that's ever going to go out of business. That's going to go out of business eminently. And the only wrestling company left before Ant Company goes out of business, CMLL does good business. CMLL, I mean, yeah, they basically run Arena Mexico like every week and like have a good house every week. So, yeah, shout out to them. We have Gerard Clark in the chat, leaving a $5 super chat. Appreciate you, Gerard. The AEW Women's Tag Team the Women's Tag Team belts are pretty. Ty J should be the first champs after Sky and Julia Hart, Mina and Tony, etc. SH2 Garcia. Shout out to Garcia. I love this. Number one, I'm going to answer this, but number one, I love the fact that y'all can have disagreements, whatever it is, in the chat, and then you know what, man? We dap it up. I love this. But yeah, AEW Women's Tag Team belts are pretty. For those of you who have not seen it, I went into this in great detail in my latest video about some news updates. That's probably, by the way, going to be one of my final news updates on this channel. Spoiler alert. But there will be videos pretty frequently on this channel that I'm excited about. I'll talk more about that later on. But yeah, the AEW Women's Tag Team Championship belts, if you guys have not seen them, I'm going to pull it up right now. Those are some good looking belts. They're pretty much they're pretty much very similar to the World Tag Team title belts, the men's World Tag Team title belts. John, I'm just going to take your super chat off just so people can see this. But they are very nice looking belts. They are introduced as World Women's Tag Team Championships. So obviously they are considered a top tier title in that way. And the best part is AEW recently has done a fantastic job of actually building up their women's division and especially their women's tag team division. Like, you genuinely have established tag teams. You have Anna Jay and Ty Mello, who Gerard mentioned. You have the likes of Julia Hart and Sky Blue, who've been a pair for over like a year and a half at this point. You have people like Chris Statlander and Willow who can always come together and be world championship contenders. Like, there's a lot to be there's a lot in that women's tag team division right now, and they've done a good job building it. It's about momentum. And look, you have people like Deonna Purrazzo, who, for whatever reason, things have not really worked in AEW. Maybe this is the thing that they need. Maybe this is the space they need. And this gives you a chance in AEW to tell more stories with the women. You have this prize that you can fight over. Like, there's a lot in this. And I think that AEW has done a lot better job over the past couple of years of booking women's wrestling. And I hope they keep it up. I really hope. It's about how you walk, and I understand that. But, you know, I would love to see that. I think Ty and Anna Jay would be great as the first champs. I think there needs to be a story there with them. I mean, obviously there needs to be some, but like, I would love an underdog story of like, we've been around since the beginning. No one thinks we're ready for this, but we're freaking ready. Like, you know, like almost kind of like I don't know, in my mind, you know, I come back in 2016. You guys remember when they came out with the SmackDown Tag Team Championships, and Heath Slater and Rhino were kind of like the weird tag team that came together, and they won it, and they were the first SmackDown Tag Champions, and it was all around like Heath Slater's, he's got kids, damn it. Like I think a feel-good story kind of like that could be told with Anna Jay and Ty Mello. or Ty Mello is her name. Sorry. I think that's on the table. I wouldn't put Mina and Tony in there yet. I think Tony has still some potential in the singles division to tell her own stories, but I would not say she's far behind there. 100%. This is about Triple H. Or I don't know who this is about. The long-term, okay, 100% long-term booking is gone, and he overstretches stories. Adam Copeland said the same thing, though. Oh, that's about Triple H? Yeah. Shay says, say what you want about Tony Khan, but at the end of the day, at least he respects other wrestling promotions. What do you mean? Triple H respects TNA. Totally. TNA versus NXT coming soon. What's up, Frank? Good to see you, my man. I think I missed your hello chat, for which I apologize. But hello, Frank. Good to see you, my man. Hope you're doing well. He's creating a news channel, Real Take News. Haha, you wish. You wish it was Real Take News. I thought Vince McMahon was going to create a new wrestling company. He has created a new company. He tried to buy a like bare knuckle fighting company as well to, I believe, try to run that. That did not work because the person who was running it did not want to give power to McMahon like that. But I at this point I would expect him to come back in WWE at some point. I think probably Saudi if he's. I would say Saudi probably if he's able to. That's not me saying I want that. I'm just seeing the tea leaves with this company right now. I want the AEW Women's Tag Team titles to cross over from Dynamite, Collision, and ROH. What do you think? P.S. My Pittsburgh Penguins will beat the Detroit Red Wings. If you're a Red Wings fan, Homer, I'm sorry. Look, I am not a fan of any hockey team. Look, this is my hockey team. Actually, no. No, it's not. No, it's not. Anyway. No, but in all seriousness, look, if the Caps make a run for the cup again, I'm a Caps fan, which I'm sure you do not appreciate, Gerard. But I'm not a huge hockey buff or dude. Like when the Caps won a couple of years ago, I was in DC and I lived there, and it was dope to be there. Not as dope as when my Washington Nationals won. When my Washington Nationals won, tears, big manly tears rolled down my eyes. I was a very happy dude when that happened. But I agree with you. The titles need to cross over. I think there's a lot there. I don't think you need. Please, I just don't want to get to a point where you have ROH women's titles. I don't think we're anywhere close to that. I think the AEW women's tag titles or ROH women's tag titles, I think these titles can speak to that. We got Caracol in the chat. What's up, man? What's up? Good to see you. All In next year is in the UK, right? I might be back in England by then, so I might go to All In next year. Well, one thing I can tell you is that myself and the one, the only, Kenneth Bumington, there's some John Cena spittle there. You guys remember the John Cena spittle? We'll talk about that in a sec. Anyway, but I will be there with Kenny Baum. At least I'm trying to get young boy Brian out, but you know how he feels about AEW. But we're gonna try to convince him. Wembley Stadium next year, London, England, All In, August 27th. It's happening. It's going down. I'm gonna be there. It's gonna be electric. There is genuinely no feeling like going to Wembley Stadium for a wrestling show. Having gone last year, that entire stadium has an aura about it. That entire stadium has a mystique that cannot be replicated and has not been replicated by any other arena that I've been to. The closest I can say personally, I would say Madison Square Garden has that vibe. Going to a show at the Rosemont Horizon in Chicago is really cool, even though the amenities are not really great. But Wembley is a whole different beast, man. And I'm so glad I got to go. Yeah, man. I'll be there. I'll be there. Trump was in the town I lived in. Such a shame I'm not there. Oh, okay. Well, look, I don't condone that because, I live in America and that is a bad thing. I want to be clear. That is a very bad thing. Don't do this. Don't do that at all. Please. Is Trump a wanker? Yes. But don't. Anyway, just saying, Adam Copeland said he would probably end his career in WWE and help future stars. However, he is most likely finishing his career in AEW. He is finishing his career in AEW. Far as everything he said, he is finishing his career in AEW. His contract, without any injury time added on, ends in October of 2026. But they could very well add injury time on. I'm not sure about the specifics on his deal. John Cena versus Edge might be coming soon. That's not happening, unfortunately. It's not happening. He is John Cena. John Cena is not leaving WWE anytime soon. Cope is taking time off to film a TV show. That's why. Next year, I will be working for AEW. Shout out to you, Jam. They are hiring, I think. They are hiring, like, social media people. I know that much. So, definitely. Oh, you guys just heard that. That's crazy. Shay in the chat says, if I'm AEW, I would counter program WrestleMania 43 by doing a show in New Orleans at the Superdome. Think about it for a second. I don't know if you like. I mean, the Superdome would be hard, man. Like there's a lot of seats you have to sell. But I think whatever they do, they should do something. They need to do something Mania week when WWE is in Saudi Arabia, because that night, those nights are free real estate, and all of these different wrestling conventions, all of these different indie shows are looking for something to centralize around. Be that thing. You can host a big 2-night event, I think, if you're AEW, a 2-night Revolution. Tony's teased that, and that's the way you fight back. But yeah, I think that would be a great idea. That's what they should do, from a business standpoint. Ingratiate yourself to that city. Ingratiate yourself to those fans. In England, we throw tomatoes at poor Axe, just following a tradition. Look, I know, I'm well aware. I'm well aware of throwing the tomatoes, but one could say America is no longer a free country. So, so you gotta be careful here, man. You gotta be careful. Stop texting your side chick. Yeah, no, I am not. Don't say that. No. I look, I would have to have a chick to have a side chick. All right. I just watched Peacemaker early. Oh, the new Peacemaker did come out yesterday. I gotta watch that. I binged watched Peacemaker last weekend. It's so good, man. John Cena is hilarious. I loved it. I need to watch that new episode tonight, probably. Is it possible the same thing we could get? Is it possible that the same thing could with Styles? I would love to go to All In London at Wembley next year, especially when Ospreay wins the belt. Yeah, I think Ospreay is probably. Assuming he's healthy, we're not sure how long his neck is going to take. I think the indication is it's like around a year, which would be cutting it close, obviously, for Wembley. But if he is healthy by Wembley next year, I would I would pull the trigger then, because you want to sell a considerable amount of tickets for that show. Next Forbidden Door show should include MLW and GCW. I think it could include MLW. Whether or not it'll include GCW, I'm not sure, because I don't know what GCW's commitments are with WWE, if any. Who would you make the first women's tag champs? I would team MIT. Who's MIT? I would do Anna Jay and Ty. I think they're the ones who've really been on it in the women's tag team division. I think they deserve it. Excuse me. John Cena had a tweet on X for his match with Styles. Triple H booking is so garbage, bro. I don't think the tweets were what did it. I would believe that John Cena, though, did push backstage for this, and then they turned it into a bit of a work. But I do know that John Cena and I assume John Cena was just not happy with the way his run has gone over the past couple of months. They did ruin his last run, so I would understand if it was real. You know what else I would understand? All of you guys watching, who I appreciate, hitting that like button. I would love that to be real. That would be fantastic if that was real, because right now there's like 40 of you watching, only 19 likes. Come on, we got to get that ratio up. At least half of you. I got to get at least another like in the next couple of seconds. Come on. Come on. I know you people got it in you. Please, please, please. Billy Starks and Athena. Ooh, yup. Eric, I think you might have done that. That's a good one. That's a good shout. That's a really good shout. Would you have Hayter win the Owen next year? I think Hayter winning the Owen would be good. I would like that. I think they're definitely trying to build her back up. She's definitely lost a little bit of what she had a couple of years ago. I think that part of it has been inconsistent booking and obviously the injuries, but I think they are definitely working that way. What is WWE doing with Randy Orton? Promoting Fireball. What happened with Camille Brickhouse? Your guess is as good as mine. I'm not sure. She did film American Gladiator, I believe, but that's wrapped up for a bit. So I don't know where she is. John Cena should have done a G1 climax this year, bro. I'm telling, man, look, WWE and New Japan should have just made whatever deal they needed to make happen. Give me Cena versus Tanahashi. That match would have been garbage, -5 stars. But come on, that would have been like, look, I am not one for aura. You know this. I am not a huge fan of like aura. Look, I like a little aura in my wrestling, but like that can't be everything. Like right the way WWE's doing. But man, the way I would get on a flight to Japan or whatever city they're having that in just to see that. Also, having witnessed Tanahashi's final match in the UK, and the last Tanahashi match I will ever watch live, I gotta say that was really cool. What is WWE doing with Julia? I mean, she's on SmackDown sometimes defending the belt, right? Did Wardlow get injured again? Yes, he tore his pec, according to reports. What happened with Copeland? It could happen with AJ in AEW, because really want to see AJ versus Omega, Styles versus Omega, Styles versus Ospreay. I think Hayter winning the Owen next year would be perfect. Yeah. I mean, the story you want to tell is that Bullet Club story. That Bullet Club story of AJ got kicked out by Kenny and the Bucks. That's where they last left off. What is this? Oh, Boris Johnson in my chat. Oh. Dude. That's cool. Oh, this is a what? I mean, I can't speak to any of that. I haven't look, I don't know what her leanings are. And if I did know, I would tell you how I felt. But if that is true, I mean, I would say that I don't think that's that would stop. Like Jake Hager was on TV for them for a while. I think AEW should make a hardcore championship. That would be wild. What is RTW doing with Big Ohm? What do you mean? RTW is promoting. I am RTW, and RTW is me. I'm RTW till the day I die. But yeah, I don't know. I think I like RTW better, man. I like RTW better. But I will say this. We'll get back into the news because there's a few other things I want to hit before SmackDown. Well, this Keir Starmer ain't much better. What a disappointment. Don't get me started on Starmer, bro. Don't get me started on Starmer, man. What a joke that man is. What a bloody joke that man is. Like, and I hate the Tories with a passion. But man, Starmer is like, he's big. Like, what a douche. Real Take report coming soon? Maybe. Honestly, I would love to see AJ Styles come into AEW. I don't think that's going to happen. At this point, I just don't see it. One thing I do see is you guys loving my takes, which is dope. And if you guys like my takes, one thing I can tell you is that you are going to get a whole lot more of them right here on this channel. I'm planning to do a lot more like list style videos. I'm planning to do a lot more like ranking style videos. I'm planning to do a lot more of video essays like you've seen on the channel. I think those are going to be the primary source of video content on this channel moving forward. I'm excited for it. I've got a setup. We've got a little mini studio setting up here, and I'm really hyped for it. And I think you guys are gonna like the first series of content I got coming up. Already recorded. It's gonna look great. It's gonna be great. It's gonna sound great, hopefully. And we'll make some tweaks along the way, but just a bit of an update. Y'all are gonna get that, and it's gonna be dope. And if you all are not sick of me yet, oh boy, there's more where that came from. Because you guys can go follow my side channel, my side project, Wrestle Vibes, where I talk about all things professional wrestling. This is more of a video essay style. I try to get deeper, and Kenny, I will answer that chat. That's crazy. On this channel, I go deeper into personas. I go deeper into people's characters, and I go deeper into big like historical moments in wrestling. I know you guys have really loved my Hangman Page series on there, and obviously like I'm gonna continue that. But please go check out all of these wonderful videos. Go support me over at Wrestle Vibes. And my last piece of shilling for today, guys, I have some exclusive member videos up that are not public for the rest of the subscriber base. If you guys want to go check those out, please become a member for as little as $5 a month. You guys can support a part-time creator like me. And on top of that, you guys can get access to some dope videos. I'm also probably going to make it a thing that, you know, members get early access to some of these video essays and these list videos. So if you want that perk moving forward, please consider becoming a member. All you got to do is hit that join button. And again, it's for as little as $5 a month. And now I have to address biggest ohm in this big-is-itch? What is a big-is-itch, Kenny? A debate with Kenny Bomb video series. Let's go, man. I mean, look, well, that already exists. That technically already exists because you guys can go and watch me debate Kenny Bomb for days by going to youtube.com/KissTheRingYT. Like, I am telling y'all, Kenny and I had some moments, and Brian as well. You guys can go check this out at Kiss the Ring. The boys over there, I know they got something cooking at some point soon. We got finally ranking videos from Umar and number one Brian. Look, Brian will be number one on these lists. I'm just gonna tell y'all right now. He's gonna be number one on all these lists. I subscribe to that channel. Thank you, Frank. Will you at least admit that it is possible for AJ to come to AEW? I mean, AJ only signed a 1-year extension to the Rumble next year. Is it possible? Yes. I highly doubt it will happen. But if it does, that Kenny Omega match is going to be crazy. Mickie James will be awesome on AEW. Imagine dream matches be having. That would be cool. And shout out to Mickie James. Shout out to the beautiful people for being inducted into the TNA Wrestling Hall of Fame. What is this, Kenny? Bro said, Big Ohm used to crash out on us. Used to. Bro, I still crash out on you, homie. I still crash out on you. I'll do it right now. Anyway. Sorry. We got, I think Shannon left the chat here at some point saying that I would rather support Billy and Ango. You should support Billy and Ango. Billy and Ango are two dope content creators, two good friends of mine as well. So please support them. Ango does a great job. He, again, is one of the unks of the streaming wrestling world. So shout out to him. And I love the content Billy puts out. I'm trying to collab with them. We'll try to make something happen at some point soon. Yeah, two good dudes, man. Two very good dudes. Shout out to them. AJ Styles versus Jay White. Book it now. That would be crazy. KTR coming back every now and then like Roman Reigns. Hey, yo, Kenny. You take Kenny. Kenny, you gonna take this? Kenny, Kenny, you gonna take this, bro? You gonna take this, Kenny? You might need to call into the show one of these days and address these allegations, man. You gotta address these allegations. You gotta address these. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Hey, yo, lay off my boy Angle, man. Lay off my boy Angle, man. Lay off my boy Angle, man. Omar, if we discuss this, but if not, how about one more title for the women's division, the unified women's title, men's continental plus SWA title from Stardom for World's End? I think if they're gonna do a women's continental crown, that they should save that for the TBS championship, in my view. I don't think they. Look, I'm just gonna speak from a focus standpoint. I don't think AEW can focus on that and a tag team belt at the same time right now. That's an unfortunate reality, but I would say let them cook. Let them cook. Omar, look up at my pod. I just did. It's okay. I'm getting to the post. Don't worry. I'm trying to get I always try to get to the. You guys know this. I always try to get to as many as possible. Hey, I post every day, my boy. Kenny does post every day. Like I said, you guys want the best professional wrestling video game news. You guys know where to go. You go to Kenny Baum and Just Brian. Two of the best content creators out there. Two of my good friends. Two of the best homies a dude could ask for. They got you on lock every single day. Kenny also posts about Mortal Kombat and basically anything else. Kenny's got the magic touch when it comes to making content. He puts out a video about anything random, it's gonna cook, and I'm glad that happens. Kenny is a fantastic creator and inspires me every day with his content. Not so much his wrestling takes; those are kind of shit. But you know, what are you gonna do? Beggars can't be choosers, and we can't win them all. KTR doing shock factor booking. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, why is KDR catching strays though? That's crazy. That's crazy. All I did was shout him out. Oh, that's crazy work. Shocking. No, I'll have you know, it was not shock factor booking. All right. It was not, and it's never been shock factor booking. It's given you some of the realest, most emotional takes about professional wrestling there's ever been. Some of those takes were wrong, and this man is responsible for 90% of them. But let me tell you, those takes came from the heart. Oh, shock factor booking. Come on, man. Homer has an AEW bias. I mean, look, I really, if that's, look, I try to be honest about the way I see professional wrestling. If you want to say I have an AEW bias, that's fine. I'm also the guy right now who's wearing like an AEW piece of merch. So who am I to say I don't? But one thing I can tell you is that objectively, I try to look at things objectively. Like I'm gonna tell you how I feel every time, right? And I don't really care about AEW as a company, to be honest with you. I don't care about any company. You guys know how I feel about companies. But because at the end of the day, AEW ain't paying me no money, WWE ain't paying me no money. I don't really give a shit. But I'm always gonna tell you the way I see things, man. Right now, I think AEW is a better product than WWE. Vince Russo is the greatest booker of all time, conflamed. Yeah, Kenny Baum needs to be drug tested. We got Gerard Clark saying, Omar, one non-wrestling question. What are your thoughts on Mortal Kombat 2 sequel being moved to May 15th, 2026 instead of October 24th, 2026? I mean, look, I am no expert on this. Kenny Baum, you are in the chat. I'm sure you can give a little bit more insight on this. But I do know that you know, games tend to get moved back and forth pretty frequently. I know Assassin's Creed is always getting moved back or whatever, but yeah, I would say Kenny's probably got a better take in this. I don't really have anything on that. Hey, at least Omar does acknowledge when WWE does good things. I mean, like WWE has like the best women's division on the planet right now, booking wise. Like I mean, and like Io Sky's been carrying the company, if you ask me. But again, some people are never going to be happy. What are you going to do? I meant October 24th, 2025. Yeah. Well, a game getting moved up like that is crazy. Omar, do you have thoughts on the Masa Islamovic situation? I do. I do. And the reason I was there is like, I don't want to just riff on this. I want to give it like a little bit of grace and thought. My take on the Masha Slamovich situation is that I think that abuse, like physical abuse of any kind is, detestable. And I think that, it's very clear from what has come out that, it's very clear from what has come out that this is a extremely disturbing situation. And I think, using the guise of a mutually toxic relationship, which it very well could have been, was probably not the best move by Masha and didn't really come across the best. But again, I am not in that relationship. I don't know the specifics, but from what I've seen, I would not expect to see Masha Slamovich around wrestling for a while. Big Ohm, do you think they should free Roger Jackson? What a tone shift. No. I think I think Roger Jackson should be prosecuted fairly for almost killing a guy. I like you, Omar, but it seems like you're more for AEW. Maybe not. It's not even for AEW. I just look. There was a time where I was shitting on AEW's product, and I was like, WWE in 2022 was amazing. Like, I'm just gonna tell you how I feel, right? And I have a perspective on wrestling that might not be like y'all's perspective, and that's like fine. That's the best part about being a fan. Play your music your own way. Listen to your music your own way. Like that's what I've always believed in. Now there are objective truths. Like Vince Russo is a shitty booker, but at the same time, I'm never gonna pretend to I'm never gonna stand for a company. Like even this, the only reason I have this right is because I just thought it was a cool piece of merch and it was like a cool memento for Toronto. But nah, man. Yeah. See, but yes, this is mainly an AEW channel. I mean, most of my videos are about WWE though. I feel like aren't they? Most of my videos are about WWE. I don't know. Maybe I'm just wrong. Omar when he gets hired by AEW and switching it up on his day ones. Oh man. Kenny Baum on Mortal Kombat says it was moved for a good reason, but it killed the momentum. Mortal Kombat film, not the new game. When AEW and WWE doing good, I will give them credit. When they do bad, I will say it. What Frank said. Retweet Frank right now. Automatic. Omar, do you think, who do you think at a better video game franchise, Batman or Spider-Man? I play Spider-Man way more than I play Batman. I don't even think I ever owned a Batman game. But yeah, no, Spider-Man, those Spider-Man games are crazy. Do you expect any debuts on AEW next week for the 6th anniversary? No, I don't see who they could debut or have return. I mean, if you're going to have Britt return, it was going to be this past week. I mean, potentially Jay White if he's ready. Hopefully he's ready. Wrestling Booker rankings. Oh. The 5 worst bookers in WWE history. Number 5, Triple H. Number 4, Triple H again. Number 3, Vince McMahon. Number 2, Vince McMahon again. And number 1, Vince Russo. There we go. You got your top 5. Omar low-key Batman. I just can't prove it. I mean, I will say Robert Pattinson's Batman is my favorite Batman, which I know is like a scorching hot take, but what are you going to do? Happy birthday to Asuka. We just turned 44. Shout out to Asuka. The Arkham series is the best string of superhero games of all time. I never played it. I only watched like the animated movies that they came out with about those games. I never actually played the games. Time to play the game. I'm all about the game. Yo, every time, I swear to God, every time I think about like Triple H's theme, my mind immediately goes to Lemmy from Motorhead, just riffing the words. Not even like it's his song and he doesn't even know the words to it. Whenever he was singing Triple H out down the aisle, it's like all about the game and how I play it. I am the game and you're gonna take it. I am the game and you're to play it. I am the game and Triple H will say it. Like he's just saying whatever, bro. He's just saying what freaking ever. Yo. R.I.P. Lemmy. Wait, what is this? What is this? What is this? What is this? Okay. We got oh, hold up. AJ Styles says he 100% wants to wrestle Hiroshi Tanahashi one more time, but admits that it would likely be difficult. Aww. Yo. Kenny's wild. Oh, bro, Kenny, you wild, bro. I'm glad Tony Khan is not getting beat up anymore. Yo, I don't know, man. Shout out to Jack Perry for beating that ass. Shout out to Jack Perry for beating that ass real quick. back in Dynamite Homecoming last year. 1, 2. Is this on? I did love that song too, almost as much as I love all of you guys hitting that thumbs up if you haven't already. Come on. All you gotta do, scroll down, hit that thumbs up. That's it. If you haven't done it, do it. Do it. Do it. What else we got to talk about, peeps? People. We Hoyt people. We Lance Hoyt people. Oh, yo, shout out to Io Sky and Mayu Iwatani. That is going to be an insane match. That is going to be an insane match, man. I haven't watched a lot of Marigold because I'm the person who runs it, but yeah. TK is Snowman. That y'all, and then the Snowman stuff got us. Y'all are crazy with the Snowman stuff. Nah, Tony needs to become a heel character on screen. The Snowman. That'd be crazy. It'd be crazy. Like you just see like the Sting snow coming down. That would be wild. Happy birthday to Kyrie, who turned 37 yesterday. Shout out to Kyrie, man. Shout out to Kyrie. Completely agree. Kenny, the Arkham series is the best. Do you think El Clone will debut at the... Oh, El Clone. I would have El Clone debut, actually. Yeah, that's it. Because he's got the... Hologram has that big match with Kyle Fletcher for his undefeated streak. That would be a great time for El Clone to appear. 100%. And that's going to be a banger match, too, man. It's going to be a banger match. Just like this was a banger stream... And I appreciate every single one of you guys and girls and NBs who showed up, showed out, balled up, balled out. I appreciate y'all. I love you guys. Frank, Wall Street Money, Sarah, even you, Sharon. I love you from the bottom of my heart. Tyrese, Dragon Man, Gerard, Eric Douglas, every single one of you. Y'all have a very special place in my heart. Caracol. I'm just going through the list now. Michelle, who was here earlier. I appreciate all of you guys. Y'all are what really drive me to do this and are going to drive me further, and I just know it. I hope you guys enjoy your Friday night. I hope you guys enjoy Friday Night SmackDown. I hope you guys enjoy whatever you're going to be doing this weekend. Thank you so much for tuning in and putting up with my shilling, as Wall Street Money has reminded us all. Shout out to Kenny Baum who came by, who did a little drive-by. King K, that's crazy. Shout out to Kenny Baum. Go subscribe to his channel, guys, for all of your video game news. Pretty sure Kenny's going to be covering GTA 6 whenever it comes out, so Hopefully you guys can go check that out. Keep going. Nah, I can't keep going. SmackDown is on. I need to go. I also need to go enjoy my Friday night. It's been a very long week at work, as I'm sure you guys can all attest. So yeah. Until next time, I'm Omar Q. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate all of you. Be happy, be healthy. As always, keep it real. It's like, let's go, Jade. Let's go, Jade. Fuck yeah. Let's go, Jade. Conflamed. Later, guys.